There are no excuses left. Either you join the revolt taking place here tonight on Wall Street and in financial districts of other cities across the country, or you stand on the wrong side of history. Either you obstruct in the only form left to us, which is through civil disobedience, the plundering by the criminal class on Wall Street, and accelerated destruction of the ecosystem that sustains the human species, or you become a passive enabler of a monstrous evil. Either you taste, feel, and smell the intoxication of freedom and revolt, or sink into the miasma of despair and apathy. Either you are a rebel or a slave. To be declared innocent in a country where the rule of law means nothing, where we have undergone a corporate coup, where the poor and working men and women are reduced to joblessness and hunger, where war, financial speculation, and internal surveillance are the only real business of the state, where even habeas corpus no longer exists, where you as a citizen are nothing more than a commodity to corporate systems of power, one to be used and discarded, is to be complicit in this radical evil. To stand on the sidelines and say, "I am innocent," is to bear the mark of Cain. It is to do nothing to reach out to help the weak, the oppressed, and the suffering, to save the planet. To be innocent in times like these is to be a criminal. Ask the environmental activist Tim DeChristopher, now in prison. Choose, but choose fast. The state and the corporate forces are determined to crush this. They are not going to wait for you. They are terrified this will spread as it is spreading. They have their long phalanxes of police on motorcycles, their rows of white paddy wagons, their foot soldiers hunting for you on the streets with pepper spray and orange plastic nets.
And detention camps!
They have their metal barricades set up on every single street leading into the financial district in New York, where the mandarins and Brooks Brothers suits use your money they stole from you, to gamble and speculate and gorge themselves, while 1 in 4 children outside those barricades depend on food stamps to eat. Speculation in the 17th century was a crime. Speculators were hanged. Today they run the state and financial markets. They disseminate the lies that pollute our airwaves. They know, even better than you or I, how pervasive the corruption and theft has become, how gamed the system is against you, how corporations have cemented into place a thin oligarchic class and an obsequious cadre of politicians, including Barack Obama, judges, and journalists who live in their little gated Versailles, while 6 million Americans are thrown out of their homes, a number soon to rise to 10 million, where 1 million people a year go bankrupt because they cannot pay their medical bills, and 45,000 die from lack of proper care, where real joblessness is spiraling to over 20%, where the citizenry, including students, spend lives toiling in debt peonage, working dead-end jobs when they have a job, a world devoid of hope, a world of masters and serfs. The only word these corporations know is more. They are disemboweling every last social service program funded by taxpayers from education to Social Security because they want that money for themselves. Let the sick die. Let the poor go hungry. Let families be tossed in the street. Let the unemployed rot. Let children in the inner city or rural wastelands learn nothing and live in misery and fear. Let students finish school with no jobs and no prospects of jobs. Let the prison system, the largest in the industrialized world, expand to swallow up all potential dissenters. Let torture continue. Let teachers, police, firefighters, postal employees, and social workers join the ranks of the unemployed. Let our imperial wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and our proxy wars in Yemen, Pakistan, and Somalia bankrupt the state and leave hundreds of thousands of innocents maimed and dead. Let the roads, bridges, dams, levees, power grids, rail lines, subways, bus services, schools, and libraries crumble or close. Let the rising temperatures of the planet, the freak weather patterns, the hurricanes, the droughts, the flooding, the tornadoes, the melting polar ice caps, the poisoned water systems, the polluted air increase until the species dies. Who the hell cares if the stocks of ExxonMobil or the coal industry or Goldman Sachs are high? Life is good. Profit, profit, profit. This is what they chant behind those metal barricades in the financial district. They have their fangs deep into your necks, and if you do not shake them off very, very soon, they will kill you, and they will kill the ecosystem, dooming your children and your children's children. And they are too stupid and too blind to see that they will perish with the rest of us. So either you rise up and supplant them, either you dismantle the corporate state for a world of sanity, a world where we no longer kneel before the absurd idea that the demands of financial markets should govern human behavior, or watch as we are frog-marched towards self-annihilation. Those on the streets around Wall Street and here tonight are the physical embodiment of hope. You know that hope has a cost, that it is not easy or comfortable, that it requires self-sacrifice and discomfort, and finally faith. And those who hope sleep on cement every night, and their clothes are soiled, and they have eaten more bagels and peanut butter than they ever thought possible, and they have tasted fear, been beaten, gone to jail, been blinded by pepper spray, cried, hugged each other, laughed, sung, talked too long in general assemblies, seen their chants drift upwards to the office towers above them, and wondered if it is worth it, if anyone cares, if they will win. But as long as we remain steadfast, we can see our way out of the corporate labyrinth. This is what it means to be alive. And you tonight, and those in New York, and Philadelphia, and Los Angeles, and Boston, and dozens of other cities across this country are the best among us.